So he's going to fix the gate now. Come on, sexy lady. Maybe. Sexy lady?
Who are you talking to?
You. The sun is so strong. So I need my umbrella. I don't know how can you drink a hot tea in this weather, my love.
Tea is refreshing, that's why. So these gates are... Sometimes you get a really hard piece of cocoa lumber. Other times you get a soft one. So this one, you've got some soft pieces. So you can see it's a bit saggy.
Because it's soft.
Yeah, when it's soft, it's saggy.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just putting these cuts here on. I've probably got, these screws are probably too short actually. These cuts will just
What's that for?
you just give it the strength. Right. Hold it together, you know. Before we add the weight of the bamboo.
Oh yeah, because they might use the new bamboo that they cut down yesterday. The green.
Yeah, it's still holding moisture, isn't it?
Yeah, that's heavy. Let's check the chickens. If they lay some eggs. Because they're very slow. Nada.
Now, I don't know if we need to put something like a shelf in there for them to roost in or something like that on top of this. So they don't have to roost on the floor. Because they're shitting on the floor, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I wonder if they want to, if we need to put like some wicker baskets or something like that. So they can sit in the baskets to roost.
Is there space though?
Yeah.
I can buy like a small basket.
And soon put a...
What do you want?
Soon put something in there.
You had your food. Ah, look at that one. My love, it's... Yeah, she's down. Look, oh. They're stepping on her.
Stampede, is it?
Yeah.
We'll come over this way then, so they don't step away from you. Go over that door there, so they come over.
Come here.
Need to get some air going through it, and you don't know the side up. He's up now.
Yeah, I can't wait to put my... It's mine, so... My pigs, my goats, my chicken, my pony, my cows, my carabao, my sheep.
Oh, you'd be building an ark.
Yeah, so my sheep. Don't forget my sheep, baby, because I need my lamb. Roast lamb.
You need a sheep. You don't need an ark. You know them animals.
I need my sheep.
You're a female Noah.
Sheep, baby.
Sheep?
Yeah. Because I miss my roast lamb, baby.
Yeah.
Or lamb stew.
Goats and sheep, yeah? That's your target, is it?
Yeah. So we have a place now to get them. What you call the goat? Yeah.
Yeah, there's any sheep there though.
Why don't you put a cross actually, Malad?
Huh?
Cross in the middle.
I'm saying we probably put 45 down to the corner. But pretty close look that we bought from the local hardware. Look at them.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you apply anything to it, there's no way. That's held up now, look. 24 corners are on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're very good, baby.
Did the job, weren't it?
Yeah.
Bit rudimentary, but I don't know if it'll stand up the goats, but it'll hold back the chickens. Pumps have been used to pump the water out from the septic tanks, and we've used that water to hydrate the concrete of the first pond. The second pond still got the forms on, so that was poured Monday. Today's Thursday, so they've been on 3 days. We're going to take some of them off tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to do the corner facing as well. I've got the team of 6 guys. These are the forms on pond number 2, the second pour. These was poured on Monday, and today's Friday. And what I'm looking at is this squeezing that's happening. You can see the gap appearing there, and then when I go along the top, you can see the gap appearing there. I know on the day of the pour, I was loosening bolts off. I found that bolts was tightening when we were vibrating. So I was going and backing bolts off. And these bolts were definitely looser during the pour than they are right now. I'm not sure how we got to this. I was backing off bolts, but you can see they look to be incredibly tight. But it's pulling them forms and dismantling them forms, dismantling them, pulling them boards all over. So I think I'm going to drill the steels and put the threaded bar through the steels instead of the timbers. It takes some time to do around drilling everything, but luckily these walls are for the ponds and they're not for the house. The whole point of doing the ponds first is so that we learn from mistakes, we see where we can make improvements, we fine-tune our methods, we improve our equipment and our techniques. Don't use a rubber hammer to hit them threads, use a steel hammer.
Steel?
Yeah, don't use a rubber on to hit them pins. It'll smash it to pieces. So we're taking off the first forms of the second pond. This pond we really improved our vibrating. I actually forgot the bloody drill on the first pond, and I also underestimated the amount of concrete mixes needed and the time needed on the first one. So this one got 2 extra mixes in because the vibration was done properly. Moment of truth. The first form's off, and so look. Let's take that form off. Get the drill. Take that form off. We'll clean behind it and put it back down again. First impressions is a much better, compact, smooth wall. If it wasn't for the forms pulling in, creating that narrow spot, would have been perfect. So we took the first form off, adding a couple of extra points, fixing the main sheet of ply to the steel frame. We're cleaning between the plywood and the phenolic. We've got the form dropped on the side here now. We're going to pull these out, clean them up, turn them around and do this wall here. Still getting a bit of air in the wall. Just to give you an indication, they're not deep. It may be 3-4 mil deep. Nothing more. That's quite good.
All that's all is like this. All that's all like this. And I'm like, probably passing, so maybe just one.
Well, if you pass your exams, when we go to England, I'll take you to Miller and Carter. Because I know how much you like a steak. And if you don't pass your exams, then I'll just take you to Witherspoons.
I don't know what that's.
Yeah, but there's a big...
The steak off the menu.
Huh?
The steak off the menu there.
Well, if you want the steak, you have to pass. Tina's just a bit thick.
Where did you go? Tina, get over here. Sit. 3, 2, 1. Should I even chase that?
Yeah, you can see how good the wall is. We're getting cleaned up. We worked through our lunch and we're going to get finished an hour earlier instead. We have assembled the forms, aligned them, braced them, tied them, bolted them. They are ready to go in the morning. The finished product on the second tank is much better, yet there's still room for improvement. This is the only real poor bit in the 20 odd meters of wall that we poured. It's so much better than the first tank. But room for improvement, and we have made improvements. I'll explain them in a moment. Our main problem, and you can probably see it as you look down the wall, is particularly at the far end. You can see it quite prominently. That where it pulls in, and it narrows by probably up to 20 millimeters. As here's another good point, another good one. As you look there, you can see where it's pulled in. There's two theories. One, got a keen young labourer who keeps nipping up bolts when I don't, because I caught that today, thinking he's doing the right thing, and actually squeezing the forms. But my most likely cause is when we vibrate the forms, the nuts were spinning and tightening. We've removed the phenolic board from the ply on all of these forms, cleaned in between, added an extra bolt in the middle here, and where the phenolic board's been starting to get a bit worn, we've used the other side. Now, to overcome the tightening of the bolts, we've double nutted and locked the nuts on both sides of every spacer, or I've used a nylon nut, a locking nut. I want to see if either of them fail, or both fail, or neither fail. But I'm very happy with the progress from pond 1 to pond 2. We can improve again on pond 3. And in the worst case, I have to render this pond. Can't remember if I've documented this on one of my other little videos. But the septic tank is now sealed. The guys rendered between the hollow block and the base internally and rendered it externally. It's probably knee deep now, that maybe just over your knee at the moment, that water there. And as you can see, we've got nothing coming in on this tank with the concrete base. As I play a bit of Evel Knievel to get across. Drop the camera in the water, Mr. Conway. And this one, I need to check what's happened here, because I don't know why there's cement in there, to be honest. I have a funny feeling they've cemented the leaching chamber.
So Department of Agriculture are going to give us 10 calamansi, 10 lanzones, and 10 jackfruit trees. So now they want us to dig a hole to make sure that we have a place to plant them. So today I'm gonna ask one of the lads to dig us a hole. It's part of the request.
We need to show photographic evidence that we're ready to receive these trees and put them straight in the ground. So we're going to mark out and get the holes dug ready. Once the grass has been trimmed, we're going to put them in the wettest area. We're hoping that it takes a bit of the moisture out of the ground and doesn't drown the roots and kill the trees. Right, good morning. It's Saturday again, another concrete pour on a Saturday. Don't know if that's good planning or bad planning, but it's been working out. So we're all set up this side. Abdul's making his last checks on the mixer. All his sand, cement, gravel, Sahara, buckets are all in place. We've got steps to get in and out the ponds. That's the mixer, just fired up for the third pour. We got the pump in the barrel and we pumped water all through the forms, all along the floor, flushed out any dust. Just moistened everything up so the concrete pours straight down. We've also got a slurry mix again to use as a bonding agent when we pour the wet concrete onto the dry base, and also to use when we tie into the wall on the previous pour. So on this one, you'll see we start this corner here and we're going to work our way back to the mixer. And the idea is that we'll keep the lads inside the pond as much as we can. A lot of trip hazards on the outside, a lot of uneven ground. We'll try and do everything inside the pond where we've got the ladder access both sides to get in, and flat even ground to work on. I'll leave this running, probably speed it up, put some tunes to it later, and hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, do like what you're seeing, drop us a comment, let us know. If you don't, drop us a comment, let us know, and give us a thumbs up please. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers now. Camera down. Lens it off. I think it's scrapped. So I don't know if you can hear me over the noise, but we've had a couple of snags this morning. Grub screws came out on the pulley wheel. We've had a weld break on this smaller filler form, but we need to think a little bit more about what we do with these and make them stronger. We've then had a washer mist to spread the load. We're hoping with the amount of bracing we've got in that area, we're going to get away with that, because we've got concrete in there now and reluctant to release the bar. And we had another one down there, because it was put in the wrong way round, wasn't nutted up. So we just grabbed the washer and cut the nuts and locked that in place. We'll have a chat on Monday when the wife's here to convey the message into Garlog about one person starts a job, see it through so that we maintain consistency. Really important that we keep systems the same. Quick update, we've got the 8th one going in the mixer. We've been going about an hour and a half, and we've probably got another 5 or 6 to go after that, so I'm looking around about 13. Come back to you later. Shit! That really took a fall this time, hasn't it? Straight into the gravel. Okay, now. Disaster struck because the wind has taken out the tripod and the lens on the camera's taken a bashing, and now it's seized now, it's jammed up. So we're down to recording on the Samsung phones. But the good news is, I'll turn the camera around. But here we go, here's the good news. That's 12 pours in. 13 is ready to come out the mixer. So, along nice. So that nut there, even though it's locked on both sides, has pulled right in. It's trying to rip through the plywood. So I think I'm going to have to change this out a bit. I still don't really understand why it's happening, if I'm honest. Why it's pushes through the vibration from the drill, transferring through. Again, any thoughts? Drop them in the comments, please. But that's the most consistent one we've done yet in terms of quality of the mix and the vibrating and the working. We've got friends heading over, so we're going to go off and have some lunch with them, and we'll end this video up here. Just like to say thanks for everybody who's recently subscribed. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. If you're new, drop us a like, drop us a comment, subscribe if you don't mind. If you think somebody might like what we're doing, share the video to them, that'd be great. Once again, we thank everyone for their support, and yeah, see you all again soon. Bye bye.